Hey, oh, hey. Safaree and Mena. Let's talk about it.
I have to put myself first because I'm either going to end up in jail or worse because I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just non-existent. When I first moved to Florida, I remember I got a two-bedroom condo, and the first time I had my kids come over there after my divorce, and I started the whole visitation week and having my kids for the days I was having them. When my kids first came over in my condo, it made me so depressed because I was like, yo, I felt like they were so confined and I didn't feel good about it. And I said, yo, I gotta get a house. I need a house. I can't have my kids running around in this condo and hurting themselves and it just not being a fit to raise, two children in a co-parenting setup. And I found my house. And I'm gonna be all the way blunt and straight up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this house because of my kids. I got this house for my kids. See my kids be here running around. It's the best.
Okay. So, of course, we know there are three sides to every story: his side, her side, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. But from what I understand and what you all can probably attest to, Mena has had issues for a minute as far as anger management. Now, what do I think about Safaree as a mate, boyfriend, husband? I don't think much of it. He's a male whore. Okay, all that. Did he cheat on her? I guess so. Did he treat her poorly in the relationship? Let's go with okay, he did. But what does that have to do with him being a father to his children? I tell you what it has to do with it. Nothing. I told you about the guy that I dated off and on for however many years. He was not a good boyfriend to me. He loved my daughter, though, like a father. He loved his children. So the problem is, ladies, when I see him say he has to put himself first, I know what he's talking about. And I bet many of you do too. And see, what we do, we think we're justified in the angst and the ire and the control that we want to enforce over the father because they did us wrong. Failing to realize that we are hating the father more than we are loving the children. So what does that mean for him? Maybe. It means that he might have to back away from his children to have instead of having to deal with the mom because he don't want to end up in jail or worse. Because we women, we think can't nobody do it better than us and we want to dictate how they father when we won't allow them to dictate how we mother. And you may say, well, you just saw part of the video. That's true. But what did that have to do with her throwing S in his house in front of her children? See, we think about our hurt. And because men don't hurt or show their hurt the way that we do, we think they don't hurt at all. And you know good and damn well, whether they were good to you or not, you know that they love their children. And because you know they love their children, that's where you feel you can stick it to them the worst. So how do I know this? Because I've had a relative who had to deal with very similar situations. And I never thought that I would see the day that I would say or encourage, say, you know what? Write your children a note, a letter, and save it and mail it and don't open it so that one day when they ask you those questions, you'll be able to give them that letter and explain that basically you had to save yourself because dealing with the mom could have ended up in some serious consequences. and that you thought you'd fare better having to explain it to them down the road as opposed to what could happen right now. This is exactly what's happening here with him. Do I care for him as an individual from what I know about him? Nope. Nope, sure don't. But does that mean he doesn't love his children? No, it doesn't. Does that mean that he can't be a good father? No, it doesn't. And I'm seeing many women in the comments, so now he's a victim based on what he did to her. What does that have to do with him being a father to his children? I'll wait. And what kind of mother, if we want to talk about it, will act a monkey like that in front of your children? I believe his pain is real. I believe that she wants to control every aspect of how he works with those children. And truth of the matter is, a lot of fathers are not going to spend as much time with their children as we would like. A lot of fathers are not going to want to spend 50-50 time. That's just, is it right? No. Does it happen? Yes. It happened with me and my ex-husband. But when he did get her, I couldn't dictate how he fathered her, especially if I knew that he wasn't going to put her in danger and harm's way. And I'm sure she knows that. She's just angry because it didn't work out. And she wants to wield whatever kind of control she thinks she has. So I understand where he's coming from. I never thought I would see the day that, because I remember saying, a father should keep fighting for his children. But sometimes the fight is you have to fight for your own sanity and your own freedom. So you don't do something that you will regret. And who suffers all the time are the children. Those are my thoughts. Oh, wait a minute. Women, moms out there, I want you to think about it. Think about, have you exhibited some type of some behaviors like that? Because I done seen far too many videos. And they feel justified. They don't want to allow the father to come see the children at their recitals or whatever. Feel justified. I want you to really think about it. Have you done that? And be honest. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Take that with you.